Clay Holmes sounded like Mike Singletary. He wants winners. He wants people who want to win, and you want to see him go out there and pitch well to a victory, just like we saw yesterday with Kevin Gausman. You see the trio of minor league rehab starts as a New York Metropolitan, and after that last one, he said he is ready to go, or ready to get back on that big league hill, and hopefully tonight will be the night where we see him go out there and tap in to the best of Clay Holmes. But back on Monday, when everything became official, Lance and Cliff, they gave us a comprehensive breakdown. Let's revisit it.
So the main thing that jumps out to me, I love these behind home images. I want to show you this kind of sequencing of the sinker and the sweep. This is a righty up. Watch this sinker first, right? So it doesn't really look too crazy.
No.
But the big thing I'll point out in a second is how much depth he gets on it. But combine it with the sweeper here. So that's sinker. Now next one, take a peek at the sweeper. Remember that sinker line, and then watch this thing just take off away from a right-handed hitter.
You're never hitting that.
This is the thing the Cubs love. We'll talk about it with Zephyr John in a second, but they love these guys who are able to spin the ball, create that lateral sweep that against righties in particular, very uncomfortable, underneath swings, taken off into the lefty batter box. It's a sick pitch.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about a sinker coming in and you're taking that because it starts at you, tendencies as a hitter is to move off the plate, right? Tendency is to take that pitch. It comes back over. If you're going to throw that pitch, I mean, any situation, that is an out pitch. Yeah. That is swing and miss or take because you can't hit it. I think that's why he gets so much success when he's right is when the arm angle and that ball starts here and ends up over here.
Yep.
Look what it starts at.
Yeah. Pause that release for me here. We could point out one thing that I want to. So like right there, the big thing with him, his release height's about a half a foot above average.
Right.
Despite that, he's able to get about 8 inches more drop on his sinker. So you imagine a ball coming from up here and then dancing all the way down. The depth he's able to get on that pitch is really unique because he's tall and that slot's pretty high.
You know, what you're trying to do to me is change my eye angle, right? You're trying to take me off your best stuff. That ball starts here, I immediately think hit. I'm hitting this pitch. Now, when that ball releases, look at the swing. The pitch and how effective it is gets this type of swing. Your mind is telling you when I'm in the box, I'm like, oh, I'm about to destroy this. No, I'm not. That ball's about to take my shins off, right?
Well, Lance, Cliff, good stuff as always. And Carlos, it almost goes back to what we were talking about a little earlier. Guys trying to lift the ball, and you see Clay Holmes like, oh, I'm all over this one. You try to put it in the air, and next thing you know, you're putting it on the mat, and you're taking that right turn into the dugout.
Yeah, especially going against righties, right? And he runs that two-seamer into the righties, and they have to create space. What do? They collapse the backside, and their swing goes up. That's a top ground ball all day long, over the top of the ball. It's a safe pitch because of that. Because you rush them in, they know they don't have any time, they have to modify their mechanics, trying to create space, balls on the ground.
Look at this, the ground ball rate of 62.6%. He's out in front of Andre Galante, Framber Valdez, and making sure that you have the ability to keep the opposition out front and off balance. That's always an equalizer, even if you're not out there throwing triple digits.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, right here, and the first question, right, it's like, why does this happen? And that's what a guy like Holmes studies. It's like, why am I inducing ground balls? Why am I inducing weak contact? You know, what kind of combination works? I'll tell you what works. It's that fastball that runs into the hands of the righties. He elevates against lefties, and it goes up, and it keeps on riding up there, and then he throws that changeup off of that. And then against the righties is that sinker that goes all the way in, throws a cutter. That's actually a sweeper. It's called a sweeper, but it acts as a cutter. It's really coming into your hands, and you got to really hurry against lefties. Against righties, it just goes away from you. And they all look like the fastball. That's the idea. We keep on mentioning deception is huge. And you create speed differentials, and the hitters are not able to tell what pitch is coming because everything looks the same.
As a lefty, when you have a dude like Clay Holmes out on the mound, does it help for him that he's 6'5", 245 pounds, changing the eye level? He's coming from a different trajectory than most cats.
It's an uncomfortable look, right? I mean, we saw Cliff break that down, and that ball was moving quite a lot, and it moves violently. So you look at the speed differentials, right? You see the fastball in the 90s, and you see the sweeper in the mid 80s, so that's huge. But don't make the mistake as a lefty, like, oh, I got time to hit that sweeper. No, that thing is coming so far inside that you have to catch it out in front. So 85 really plays like 93. You gotta meet it out in front, otherwise you're gonna be donating firewood.
Okay.
He's gonna break your back.
Okay, does a guy like Clay Holmes, does he fall under the label sneaky fast? When you get back in the dugout, you're telling everybody that hits behind you, like, I don't know what it was, but he's sneaky fast. It gets up on you nice and quick.
No doubt, and because of that extension, how tall he is,
Sure.
he definitely plays a lot faster than the gun says. And the fact that he has that big-time cutter as a lefty. I call it cutter because if you think of it as a slow slider, you're gonna be in trouble. Okay.